Hello everyone, welcome again to Parenting with Tumi. I'm Tumi. Welcome to today's episode. Welcome to my channel, and thank you once again for all your subscriptions. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for just your encouragement. Today I'm going to talk about love languages and love languages related to children's love languages. Whether you're a child or an adult, everyone has their own primary love languages. And I think sometimes as parents, we not don't really think about our children having love languages because maybe we think it's not needed until when they become adults. And sometimes people solely focus on love languages in relationships, like an adult relationship. But what I would like us to remember is parents, a child and a parent is a relationship. So we shouldn't be waiting to notice and to know what our child's love language is before we start expressing it and using it, because they are powerful tools that we can use in raising our children. Believe me, it's something that I've practiced and I continue to practice, and I see the difference in when I use my child's love language to communicate with him, to handle situations that might or might not be difficult on an everyday basis. I see the way it makes life a lot more easier, and it builds our bond and it builds our relationship. But in order for anyone to get there, you first have to study your child and know your child. We know, as usual, that every child is different, every child is unique. And because of this, even if you have twins or triplets that were born on the same day, they would have different love languages. As the primary ones anyway, they will have different ones. No one has the same. Even if you have 2 children or 3 children living in the same house, you have to be using 2 or 3 different love languages to communicate, to build a relationship with them. So and this is the way as I said, you respond to each other, and you show love, you speak love verbally or not unverbally, and this is the way they perceive things. And I said it's a very, very powerful tool. And I think more as children are getting older, even but from when they're babies, but I think more as they're getting older, especially in the early teenage years, in the teenage years, and as young adults, it's so powerful. It's so powerful, but at any age, really. So there are 5. It said that there are 5 love languages. Physical touch is one. Words of affirmation is another one. Quality time is another one. Gifts is another one, and acts of service. It doesn't mean that one person has everything. We have a bit of everything in us. Everybody has a bit of the 5, but there is always a primary one, the one that it's the highest, the one that the child connects to more than any other one. So for instance, because as I said before, if and we know that children are different, you study your child. Like from when they're babies, you will know that there is a particular way when you behave that they respond to you more. It might be you have a child that every time you acknowledge them, they do something and you say, oh, I love the way you fold your clothes without me asking you. I love the way you do X, Y, Z. Oh, wow, look at what you did. It's so brilliant. Look at how you took your time to do something. And you see that they quickly respond to what you want them to do, and they do it without you talking too much, and they keep doing it. It's so clear that the love language is words of affirmation. It's so what you have to do as a parent, you use it more, you use those words of affirmation to build your child. But as they're getting older, as they're growing, you know how you balance it out, because we don't want it doesn't you don't want it to go overdo it, or you don't want to underdo it. As we say, everything is the balance. And when we understand your child's love language, it just sheds a lot of light in the way you raise your child. So today we're going to touch on physical, so the love language of physical touch. And we know from when children are babies, you carry a baby, you cuddle a baby, you stroke them, you play with them, and some babies always respond to that. But we know that as our children are getting older, especially when they reach the age of 6, 7, early teens or teenagers, young adults, some children more than others would naturally still be physically expressive. Some wouldn't. And it's not that the ones that don't still don't need it. Number one, they might not need it as much as when they were younger, or because they're growing and we know about peer pressure, they might need it more indoors in the house. But if you have a teenager, for instance, that their love language is physical touch, it's not about only the hugging and the kisses and the cuddles. It might be playing a sport together, a game together, like football or wrestling, that there's still a bit of physical touch there. It might be something like doing family time, you're playing together and everybody say, group hug. You see that some children respond to that a lot more than others. It might be for younger children playing games, the finger games that, you like when you do Incy Wincy Spider and you use the arm to do the sign of the spider. Some children respond to that more. So what I'm trying to say is we need to study our child's love language. Some parents feel, there's no point. They don't hug their children, they don't give them cuddles, they don't give them kisses, nothing. And can you imagine if the child's love language was physical touch and the child has never been hugged, never been cuddled, never been shown any expressive physical need or expression of their love language? Can you imagine what that will do to that child? Because they have a need that is not being met. So going back to, it's in the demonstration, as I said, is in, you say, you hug your child and you say, I love you, or I'm proud of you. So you haven't only affirmed it in your words, but you've also affirmed it in hugging, or it might be holding hands. It might be you pass them and you give them a pat on the shoulder, or you rub their hair, or you just touch their face. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be, so intimate. It can just be little things, but it's a way of communicating. And sometimes children don't need you to talk. They just need the slightest thing, like just rubbing their back. And you might not even say anything, just giving them a pat on the shoulder. And you don't even have to say anything. And that has sorted out, and that has reaffirmed them and reassured them, or sorted out the situation, Or you sit down on the couch together and you sit down next to each other on the couch and you're watching a movie together, or you're having a chat together, but you're in close proximity. Sometimes some children can't even sit and have a conversation with their parents. So we have to think about this, especially if you have a child that physical touch is their love language. You have to think about how you can put that in the daily need of that child, the daily day-to-day things you do together, so that you're bringing in a bit of that into everything you're doing together. You go to the shops together to do to get stuff, and you're chatting together, but you hold hands to walk to the shop, or but you're just being together, because physical is not only like the point of contact of touch, but someone being close to you is physical as well. So you're walking together, you're doing stuff together, you're going shopping together, putting things away together. That might be what the child needs, and that might be the love language you need to to give them, because that's the primary love language. So next time we would talk about words of affirmation. I hope this has helped a bit. Remember to share, remember to subscribe, remember to leave your comments. Till next time, stay safe and bye.